Alright, what is going on everyone? It is me, Troi, and I'm here, of course, again with another video. I say that all the time. So, it is March Mystery Madness, and I'm here we're here to share my TBR. Listen, I had a whole bunch of caveats and no's and things that I said I was not going to do, which I successfully did this. Number one, no library picks. Because if I go to the library, I'm going to end up picking out more than enough books, than this and then that, and then I have a stack of books. So I was like, I'm not going to the library, because if I go there, I'm going to pick up some more than I even intend to actually read. But let me tell you, I was on a recumbent bike yesterday with my phone like this, looking up, okay, mystery novels and authors that take place in Bombay or India or Asia. I was up there I was researching, but then I was just like, you know what, Troi? No, let's skip the library for right now. I actually got library books on this table right here. The second thing, caveat, I said, no purchases. Do not go. I told myself, I said, Troi, do not take your tail to Barnes and Noble, even though I ordered a book today, but that had something to do with something else, and then I had a $10 off coupon. But nonetheless, I told myself, do not order anything. I still have 2 books coming out this month that I cannot wait to get, which of course is Nadine Matheson's 4th book in her Angelica Henley series, and Faye Snowden is coming back with her for the 3rd book in her series. I'll put a accoutrement somewhere. So I was like, no purchases to fulfill this March Mystery Madness for 2026. And the last thing I said is I'm gonna make sure that I stick primarily and directly to the 3 prompts, because that's going to encourage me, of course, to pick out books on my actual shelves, which are in numbers, and read the books that I already collected. So this is the 3 books that I got, and just kind of like to fit this in here, I've been craving wanting to read a high fantasy, so I might slide in The Two Towers, because I keep being like, well, I want to continue some of the fantasy series that I've been reading over the years, and it's like I haven't picked up the 2nd book in the Lord of the Rings in 2 years. So I've been craving that, and I have been craving some of my favorite cozies. So I do have a copy of Yankee Doodle Dead by Carolyn Hart. She is one of my still favorite cozy mystery writers. I love her character Annie and Max Lennox, as they got married throughout the series. I love Annie because she has a smart mouth and she tells the people within her community, as it concerns like a cozy mystery setting, she tells them how she feels pretty much. So I still love this. When it comes to cozies, I still love this series. I know it's kind of old and everything, but this is a step above to me. So I do have intentions of probably yanking on Yankee Doodle Dead, because this is where I left off. I have been wanting to read more Peter Tremaine. It's just everything. I just like you guys, I love reading. So I'm just putting that there because I love mysteries like y'all. And I just spent the latter part of February reading James Baldwin's Above My Head. And that's like a 600, almost 580 page book that I just got through recently. So yeah, I'm definitely in the mood for some cozies. So anyway, the first prompt is read a mystery that is set in a different continent than where you live. This was fairly easy. I chose The Liquid Eye of the Moon by Nigerian author Uchenna Awoke, I believe. Now, y'all are going to probably beat my tail because I actually hauled this book when it came out 2 years ago. But y'all see all these books everywhere. Just the kitchen, books everywhere, okay? So it's like, yeah, I was like, well, you know what, this is the point. This is why we do these challenges, right? This is the point, to read the books that we actually have off our shelves. But anyway, I'm gonna finally read The Liquid Eye of the Moon. And as you may not remember, if you hadn't read this book from when I shared it as a haul a few years ago, it takes place in Nigeria, this Nigerian village. The primary sort of umbrella premise of this book is the caste system and how one navigates going, either up within it or below. So there's this young teenage boy, adolescent, who is in the lower area of the caste system of this particular Nigerian village, but he has the possibilities of rising up due to the potential confirmation of his father being the village chief. Unfortunately, those aspirations are swept from up under him because they choose a younger man to be the village chief, and that's where the mystery of whatever sort, which I'm not sure of, although I did pick this book up out of the mystery section at Barnes & Noble, comes in. Don't know exactly what the mystery is, but nonetheless, the flavor is there for me to indulge thyself. So I'm going to finally read The Liquid Eye of the Moon and keep myself focused, okay? I got to stay focused. This is why I love this stuff. All books that I already got, books that I already own. That's why I didn't go to the library, and that's why I didn't go to the bookstore. So the next prompt is: read a mystery from an author who is from a different country than where you live. So obviously, as some of you guys know who have been following me, I have been working on reading the top 100 mystery novels of all time. I don't have the little book here. So I said, obviously, there's plenty of British and European authors on that list. So I'm going with the next one in line for me, which is Geoffrey Household's Rogue Male, which is a classic British thriller that I got so lucky because this was hard to find, but I happened to find this book at the Friends of the Library bookstore. Here's my receipt. Yeah, it was actually back in August. Took me a minute, but I found this book. So this is a part of the mystery novels of all time. I don't remember what number exactly, but this is the one that I'm currently at. It has to do with this. We're looking at, I think it's World War II. One of the classic thrillers of the 20th century. So yeah, it's like 1939. So it's like in 1939. So, but it has to do with this kind of, if I can gather from the synopsis, this fairly average British guy who's basically using a rifle to hunt down a very specific, potentially 1930s high Axis figure who committed suicide in this is YouTube, right? We can't use these words or whatever they be talking about, but he did something in a bunker. We'll just say that when it comes to his life. But the point is that this unassuming British gentleman is kind of running around the city, sort of enacting himself as a spy to spot this character. And eventually he gathers the attention of some individuals who are going to take him out by pushing him pretty much over a cliff. But he survives that, and that becomes a dilemma in which he has to, I guess you can say, get rid of his identity, kind of erase this big erasure of who he previously was to become who he should become now, because now he is no longer the hunter, but he is now the hunted, as they realize that, this oppositional force realizes that they didn't take him out, so now they're going to come after him again. And therefore, thus, he is the rogue male. When it comes to reading the top mystery novels of all time, the reason I picked up that list is because I love mysteries like you guys. But I have come across so many different surprises having started reading these books about 5 years ago off that list. Like, I can't even express how much I love, like, the book Frederick Forsyth's The Day of the Jackal, or A Coffin for Demetrius by Eric Abler, I believe his name is. That's what I'm saying. Like, books that I typically wouldn't pick up I fell in love with, I think, are so fantastic. So I'm hoping that this delivers in the same vein. But as always, I've had some ones that didn't work as well. So, and if Rogue Male don't work, then he gonna be running the streets out here, rogue out here. Now, anyway. So the third prompt is: read a mystery that has been translated from its original language. And girl, let me tell you, I was over here hunting through my bookshelf. I said, Troi, you are not about to take yourself to the library or the bookstore looking for a book. I know you did all these books in here. You have at least one book that has been translated from a language other than your own. I was on the hunt. I was looking out in all the little for you dedicated to the copyright pages of books. So I was like, I was going to find something. And then I ended up finding Miss Mohr Goes Missing, which is written by this Polish couple. And listen, y'all, I did some research. So that's their pen name. Maryla Szymiczkowa. Girl, charge it to the game and not my heart. I try my best with that. But anyway, here's the couple. right here. So this is Polish couple, and it says translated from the Polish by Antonia Lloyd Jones. So it's a translated book. I did it. I was like, I know I got something. But anyway, this has to do with takes place in 1930s. It's a Polish city called Krakow or something like that in 1939. But it has to do with this wealthy socialite who, you know, she really doesn't have a lot of things to do on her hands. But one of the things she does enjoy doing is being charitable to a local community consisting of these elderly residents who are taken care of or sought over by some nuns. Unfortunately, one of these residents ended up being murdered, and then that is, of course, is when this socialite, I believe Miss Mohr or Zofia, whatever her name is, I didn't research her last name per the character in this book, but anyway, the point is that she gets involved. It's very much kind of, I guess you can say, like the Polish Miss Marple. I bought this book because I love mysteries that have that tinge of religion, whatever religion it may be, but that tinge of religion tied to it. And I'm a sucker for nuns anyway. And that comes from reading the Sister Fidelma books by Peter Tremaine, who I love. God, I don't know why I didn't bring one of her in here, but I really want to read a Sister Fidelma book. But anyway, this is the third one, and I had this book on my shelf for, well, I can tell you, well, it don't matter. Does it matter? Do any of this matter? But anyway, yeah, that's it. That is it for the March Mystery of Madness, my TBR 3 books. I mentioned every little thing I want to speak about in the earlier part of this video, and that's kind of it. I'm proud of myself. Like I was like, I'm not turning on. The car's not coming on until I have to go to work in the morning. Okay, I made myself sit still this weekend. But anyway, that is it. Feel good. I feel good filming this video. I wasn't really. I thought I didn't have the energy for it, but I got it. I guess I missed this space. So anyway, y'all, that's it. Black Lady, Sailor Moon all the way. I was at not Fresh Market. I was at Whole Foods getting me one of them pizzas, and the pizza man behind the counter, he was like, "Oh, excuse me, is that a Sailor Moon shirt?" I was like, "Yeah, what you know about Sailor Moon?" Okay, I'm always gonna represent. All right, see y'all later. Oh, and as always, share with me what you plan on reading as it concerns March Mystery Madness. And if I get through these fast enough, then I'll probably make a second tier list. We'll see. Peace.